Hello there. I am Onome Odokuma, the extraordinary woman of impact. How are you today? It's a good day. Thank God for Friday. I promise that every week we'll be dropping a video, making a video here. Now, today we are looking at avoiding burnout. Avoiding burnout. What then is burnout? Burnout is a feeling of being overwhelmed. It's a feeling of being pressured, having a lot to do, so much to do. It's a feeling of exhaustion. Some people feel so exhausted from all the work they've been doing, and all of that. That is burnout. Now, how can we avoid burnout as women? As an extraordinary woman of impact, you are expected not to be burnt out. Yeah, it's very important not to be burnt out, not to feel so overwhelmed. The first one here is putting structures in place. How is your home or how is your life? It's important that you structure everything that you do. Write them down. Write them down to ensure that these structures are followed regularly to avoid burnout. One thing you should know is that you are not in competition with any person. That's the second one. Ensure that you are not in competition with anyone but yourself. How can you be in competition with yourself? That means trying to get better and better every day. You can't wake up tomorrow and say, oh, I admire Oprah Winfrey, I want to be like her. And then you are thriving, not just thriving now, you are striving to make sure that you are like her. You have forgotten that she passed through a process. I was telling one of our nephews today that you see, sometimes someone will see a woman who is probably a CEO of a company or a managing director, a professor, and will just admire her and will say, this woman, this and that. Do you know that that woman has gone through processes to become where or to get to where she is today? So we should focus on the process of being, of being a woman, the process of ensuring that we are not burnt out, the process of being an extraordinary woman of impact, not just the outcome alone. Yes, we know the outcome, we know the end of the thing, and so we work towards it. So ensure that you don't live another person's life. It's a danger of competition. That is a great danger. When you try to be like maybe the woman next door, your neighbor, or you're trying to be someone else, live your life. You will just end up being burnt out. In fact, you will find yourself panting always. You will get really, really overwhelmed, forgetting that there is a season in your life per time. Each time, there's a time for those who are married and have children. There's a time of changing diapers. There's a time of feeding these little children. There's a time of going on errands and market errands and all of that, and then school runs and all of that. There's a time of your rest. That time that you have, it's not exactly, when I say rest, I'm not saying you just relax there and not achieve much. No. By this time, you're not doing all of that. There are other things to do. Okay, so ensure that you are not in competition with any person. Live your purpose, the purpose that God has called you for, the path that He has ordained for you to follow. Okay, don't try and live another person's life. Another way to avoid being burnt out is rest. Try to take, even if it's 10 to 30 minutes a day, to just rest. You can turn off your phone, or you put it on silent, or put it on flight mode. It depends on what exactly you really want. Just put the phone away. Take your eyes off the screen sometimes and just rest. You can tell any person in your home, maybe your husband or your mother, your sister, your children, I need to rest. Go into your room, retreat for a while, and just go and rest. Rest is very, very important. In fact, it is so important. Jesus Christ rested on his way to Galilee, when he was crossing Galilee with his disciples. That's during the storm that Jesus Christ calmed. Come to think of it, what were his disciples even doing? Maybe they were just gisting, and all of that in the boat, in the ship. Jesus Christ rested. He took a nap. That is our Father. He rested before he was now called to do something about the storm. He even rested in the storm. Oh my Lord and my God. Now let's look at Isaiah chapter 40. Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 28. 28 and 29. This will lead us to the third thing that we need to avoid, the third thing we need to do to avoid being burnt out. After talking about structures, then rest. Now the third one is call for help. Call for help. Now in Isaiah 40, 28 to 29, it says, "Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard that the everlasting God, the Lord, the creator of the ends of the earth," do you see the way your God is being emphasized? He said, "He giveth power to the faint." Before that, it says, "The creator of the ends of the earth fainted not." He doesn't faint, neither does he get weary. Now, God doesn't get weary, and he gives strength to the faint-hearted, or to that person who is weary. So why don't you call upon him? There's a song that we used to sing then to the children, to my children then. It says, "Call upon him in the day of trouble, and he will answer you." So call upon the Lord to help you. Sometimes we get really overwhelmed. Joseph, Father, I'm tired. I'm so stressed out. Call upon him. He will give you rest. Okay? He will give you strength to face the day. It's very, very necessary. Another thing too, apart from calling on God to help you, call on people. Call on people. There's a ministry of help now. Call people to help you. You can't do everything. Yes, you may have the structures in place, but you need people to help you run these structures. Very, very important. Call upon your spouse. Yes, he may be the odogo. Yes, he is the odogo of the house. But, it also depends on how you laid your bed, from the beginning. But things can still change. Call upon him. Let him know that you are a bit stressed. If he could assist you, for instance, to pick up the children from school, or to buy one or two things on his way from work and all of that, call for help. Seek help. You can't do everything. Stop bragging. Stop bragging about all the work you've been doing since morning. You even mopped the ceiling, mopped the ceiling, washed the walls, scrubbed the walls, mopped the house, the entire floor, and you're bragging about it to your spouse or to your children. Just say, since morning, do you know what I've done? This one, that one. Yes, it could be that even the morning time is your time of, where you have your energy level really at the optimum. And you're using it to cook hot jollof rice. According to my coach Wendy Ologe, shout out to you, the mentorship, the Masterpiece Mentorship Tribe mentor. The mentor that mentored their mentors. Shout out to you, Coach Wendy Ologe. I love you so much. You see, this stand that I'm using, this phone stand, was given to us in the tribe just last weekend by our coach, Wendy Ologe, to go and do videos and all of that. She's really awesome. I respect you. I love you so much. Now, Coach Wendy will tell you that it's trauma that is disturbing you. When you start calling all the plenty work you've been doing, cooking hot jollof rice early in the morning, cooking egusi soup early in the morning, that food that everybody eats in the afternoon, why don't you just structure your time? You can even prepare food every week or every month. It depends on maybe where you stay and if you have lights, maybe preservations and all of that. Very, very important. It is very, very important. So, my dear women of impact, extraordinary women of impact, structure your time. Another point, and it's the last one we'll take, routines. Yes, some people will tell you that routines are boring. It's how can I be doing this for years, the same thing, the same that, all of that. In the morning, devotion. The next thing, bathe the children. The next thing, you take them to school. The same thing on and on. I love spontaneity. Hello, there's a season in your life when you can do spontaneity. And besides, who did spontaneity or being spontaneous help? It will distort everything. It will distort all your plans. It will even make you yourself even confused. So, as a woman of impact, an extraordinary woman of impact for that matter, sometimes it's important that we follow routines. It will really help us. It will help us. So, having said this, I would like to leave for now until next week when we see. Be an extraordinary woman of impact who is not burnt out. Don't be burnt out. Call for help. Cry for help. It doesn't make you less than who you are. Even Jesus, to run his ministry, he asked for help. Why did he have disciples? A whole 12 disciples. Those were his foot soldiers. The ones who he was sending on errands. He didn't go alone. He always had his disciples with him. How much more you? You want to do everything in the world. You want to tell all your children, your husband, your friends, how you've been working since morning and all of that. Okay, what should we do for you now? Let's clap for you now. Good mother. Abby, we'll give you an award. Good woman. Hardworking woman. Hello. Know your hard and choose it. Don't kill yourself and be burnt out. We need you to do impact. Have a great day. We'll see you next week. God bless you.